Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and our year to shine. Today is going to be our final entry on Christine Arylo's book, Madly in Love with Me. And I gotta tell you what, I almost didn't make it through this book. I almost threw in the towel about halfway through. So I'm really proud to have made it through, and thank you for sticking with me. I think this can be a difficult subject for a lot of people, but we did it. So this last section we talked about, remember, growing the love. Now we're talking about amplifying the love in this last section. And she has a lot of really fun, daring acts of love that involve other people. So she encourages us to be a self-love ambassador and encourage other people to love themselves. So it's a really neat message. And of course she talks about how, say you get to the point where you have gotten rid of the self-hatred and all that stuff. I'll tell you what, I'm not there. So reading this book was good, but I don't feel like I didn't graduate on this topic by any means. But say you have gotten to that place. Just like any habit, anything that you're trying to overcome, it is going to take practice to continue to make it a long-lasting, loving relationship with yourself. So she encourages us to do some things like coming up with a love mantra to have that you're going to say in the morning every day. And she even has an evening practice, not unlike the gratitude practice that you might be doing already in the evening, but she is encouraging us to really boost up our self-encouragement, I guess. And we talked about this a bit in Sarah Ban Breathnach's book, Simple Abundance, last year too. So statements like, I'm really proud of myself for today, or you did a good job doing this, so positive self-talk. And she also goes, I would just recommend you read this last section because there's a lot of detail, but she does talk about stopping yourself as you start hearing your thoughts go in the negative direction. Like she even uses the radio, like you're on 88 self-hatred station, and then dialing up to 108 self-love station. Like when you feel like you start to get a little bit of that static in between and you start going towards the station 88, then it's time to get back in tune. So she has some practices for things like that. And also, remember, we talked so much about each of the self-love tree branches. She wants you to decide which branch you're really going to work on and take them one by one and work on them. So say I was going to really spend more time in this book, I probably would, I don't think I'd start with my hardest self-love branch, but I would choose one that I was going to work on, and then I would continue to try to do some of those exercises that she has in each section. She also talks about making a self-love promise. So throughout this book, we've proclaimed things like we've said, like I'm a queen, and that I'm gonna proclaim that I no longer hate myself, things like that. So she's really been a proponent of just, what's the word, like you're declaring your independence from self-hatred and negative talk and things like that. So making a self-love promise is almost like writing a mission statement for your life, and that you're going to try to live in this way. Like it is your mission to live in this way of loving yourself and getting out of the shaming and fear promises that you probably have for yourself. Like things like I'll never eat dessert again and things like that. So, just defeating statements and trying to be gentle too with it. I've said that throughout this whole book. But I like how she says use statements like I will try, and instead of setting yourself up for failure. Like if you think that making this proclamation would be difficult, then don't set yourself up for failure with it to make it a negative. So understand that you're moving along on this journey towards the goal of ultimately having it be something easy to just love yourself every day. So I'm just flipping through here. And also there's some questions in here about what promise are you actually willing to make in terms of that self-love promise. what do I need to say no to in order to grow that particular self-love branch that you're working on? What do I need to say yes to in order to grow that branch? What would make me super happy to experience as a result of this self-love branch new growth? And what promise comes immediately to mind given all of the above? So maybe say your self-expression one is a difficult one for you, but then when you really think about it and you think, like, what would I get out of cultivating that branch? Imagine I could have this whole new life where people would actually know me more deeply and I could feel comfortable in my own skin a little bit more. So you're thinking about the benefits of making those changes. And then, just like in other chapters, and I'm sorry, it always makes me giggle a little bit because she goes really into detail, you're going to have a self-love promise ceremony. Didn't we have that? We had the truth ceremony, we had the coronation ceremony, we had all these things. So she's very into, like, acting these things out. And even like this, one of the things is to make your promise pretty. So, again, like with the me art. So making it like, it could be like a proclamation, like somebody in the court reads, to the king or queen. I don't know. Or I should say to the community, from the king and queen. Talked about the morning love mantra. Oh, and then, the self-love 40-day, practice self-love for 40 days straight. She had that challenge that she has on her website. She goes into detail about it, and she even has a QR code that you can scan with your phone to get more information about it. So it's about doing a cleanse. 40-day comparison cleanse, too. And probably getting rid of the gossip and things that we talked about last time, too. And making your practice an all-day experience. It's not just that morning and evening bookend. All right, I'm just getting to these last few daring acts of love, which are fun. So this is a part of being the love ambassador. So go out on an adventure and collect love. So you could take pictures, you can be on the lookout for love. I told you I was doing that all throughout this month. Yeah, take pictures of hearts that you find. I see people on Facebook doing those things. Graffiti yourself with love. You could just get those paints, and put hearts all over yourself. Or she says, writing things like, I love you, I am beautiful, you're imperfectly perfect, thank you, symbols of love and all that. That could be really fun. And also taking a self-love sabbatical. Maybe that's taking some time off with yourself and really doing a lot of things that you love. Here's one great thing about this sabbatical. You can do it right from home, too, so you don't even have to go anywhere. As long as anyone you live with knows you're on the sabbatical. On this day, they are not allowed to ask you for anything. You can also check yourself into a nearby hotel for the night. When you make reservations, you can usually negotiate a great rate. I take sabbaticals at a resort 10 minutes from my house. Believe that others want to help you because you dare to love yourself enough to fill in the love tank, to fill your love tank back up. I have a frisky kitty, sorry. Share the love and be an ambassador to others. One of the best side effects of having an overflow of love is that you can share it with everybody and anybody at any time. So she has a whole bunch of daring acts of love here, like she talks about going and getting a whole bunch of flowers and just randomly giving them out to people that you see and saying, like, have a beautiful day. And giving love money, where she wants you to decorate, I don't know if that's against the law, but decorate dollar bills and actually say something to someone, like at the store, that you're giving it to the clerk and saying something about, like, here, I'm paying with my love money. Some of them are funny. Celebrate bizarre holidays. So that's what I'm doing this year. I thought that was funny. and be a super love generator. Throw a self-love party. What do you think that would be? Maybe if you did that, you could do a whole bunch of these daring acts of love, like make those body cutouts and things with the magazine clippings and stuff. That could be kind of neat. And more love generators. Have a movie night with the girls and watch movies that celebrate self-love. And write love letters to yourselves. That's we've talked about that a couple times throughout this book. And here, speaking of a love letter, here's Christine's final words for us. It's a love letter to you, she says. Dear beautiful, magical, powerful soul, wherever you are in the world in this moment, it is my deepest desire for you to realize the power of love you possess, for you to remember how to find, feel, and generate love without needing anything other than what you already have inside of you. I invite you to open up the magical world of self-love to continue your exploration of the beautiful, bountiful tree of self-love, which I know you will continue to cultivate as you grow unconditional love and respect for yourself year after year. There really is nothing more powerful, beautiful, or free than a woman who truly loves herself. And you, my love, are powerful, beautiful, and free. As you stand tall and reclaim self-love as your birthright, own your power to generate love whenever you need it, and serve the world by sharing the overflow of love that it beams out of you. That's neat. This world will shift, and together we will create a world in which no child, no woman, and no man has to imagine a world without self-love. They will be living in love itself. I look forward to seeing you on the playground of love as you dare to be, love, and live the miracle and magic that are your unique divine imprints of love. Fall more in love with yourself every day for the rest of your life, and in the process, you'll inspire us all to do the same. Hail to you, woman who dares to love herself. Love ambassador to the world. You are a beacon of love. Keep shining. Oh my goodness, I'm not kidding. That's the last thing she says. With great heart, Christine Arylo, founder of Madly in Love with Me, affectionately known as the Queen of Self-Love. Right. We all are queens of self-love now too, aren't we? Wow. How cool is that the last line of the book was keep shining. Here we are on our year to shine. All right, tomorrow I'm coming back to you with my video about making March shine, because we have a new month coming, and then I'm going to be opening up my next envelope. So we'll see what my March adventure envelope is, and we'll also have our Cheryl Richardson extreme self-care challenge for March, and then I'm also going to let you know about the new book that I will be starting for March. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you got something out of this book. I do think it's more of a lifelong journey than just a quick month study of this book. So I'm glad we did it. I think I'm going to sit with it more and try to do more of the questions and things as I'm able. But I really have to be gentle with myself with this one, because it was a tough ride. I almost gave up. So we made it. We made it. Yes. All right. Love to you all, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.